And we're live, baby. Yo. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
shit. What's up, everybody? Yo, this is the 60th episode of the In Your Face
That's right.
show.
Yeah.
And I'm here with my main man, my brother from where I'm from. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Mr. HB Gibson.
Hello, everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, brother Daniel, King,
Thank
King.
you, thank
Yeah.
you. And you know, man, it's great. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you, man.
Because like I said, I've been trying to get you for a while now.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Finally got you.
Well, I'm glad to be here, man.
So,
Thank you so much.
not a problem. So, bro, tell us about this. Tell us about what you got for us today.
Wow. Well, my name is HB Gibson. I'm an actor. More recently, turning more towards voice acting. I've done some YouTubing. I do have two YouTube channels. Actually, I have three YouTube channels. Um, I've been acting off and on for like the past 15 years. I've done plays. I've done web shows, independent film, and like as I said, I've been gearing more towards voice acting, which is something I've always wanted to do when I was a kid. Because when you're a kid and you watch a lot of TV, what did we watch? We watched cartoons, and
Right.
I would pick up on. I was pretty good at picking up on voices, and one of my favorite cartoons ever. And let me make sure that I get this right, because this is the In Your Face show, and I want to make sure that I sound right.
The in your face show.
Well,
You
let's
damn right, baby.
that's right. And one of my favorite cartoons, of course, was Bugs Bunny.
Of course.
Bugs and Daffy. One of my favorite parts was where Bugs was like, "You keep at this. He does not have to shoot you now." Well, I say he does have to shoot me now. So shoot me now. So I'm a little tired, y'all. So, and then one of my favorite voices. I mean, there was all different kinds of voices as you grew up, and I think one of my favorite voices growing up
Suffering
was
succotash.
was actually one of my favorite voice actors. Actually, was Casey Kasem. And
Okay.
Casey Kasem. I mean, as you grew up, Shaggy, Cliff Jumper.
Mm-hmm.
When we were coming up, Cliff Jumper from the Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much all of a lot of the Hanna Barbera cartoon characters. He was Alexander from Josie and the Pussycats,
Mm-hmm.
and of course he was a DJ. For America's Top 10. I'm Casey Kasem. So he had that voice, and I loved his voice. He was just one of my favorites. And another cartoon character I think a lot of us grew up as, in the beginnings when anime was like in its infancy in
Mm-hmm.
America, not in Japan, because Japan had that long time. But when they started importing animation in America, one of our favorite shows coming up, especially in the '80s, in the '70s, and going into the '80s, was Battle of the Planets. But
Mm-hmm.
over in Japan, it was called Gacha Man. It had you had the five heroes that dressed up in these slick bird-like suits, right? And of course, they had to change their names over here in America. They called them Mark, Princess, Tiny, Keop, and Jason. And they had this ship called the Phoenix. And the Phoenix would like come apart, and you would have all these different. All the heroes would have their own vehicles. Like Mark would have a jet that transforms into it was a biplane with a propeller, and it would transform into a jet. And then you had Keop. He had his tank, his vehicle. Princess had a motorcycle, and Jason had a car, and everything. They all came together to form the Phoenix, this super powerful ship. And it was called, in Japan, it was called Gotcha Man, the Ninja Science Team. But over here, it was called Battle of the Planets. And Casey Kasem was the voice of the leader, Mark. And that show, and I was just a fan of the voice, whether it was a movie or a television show or, or a theme park ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, excuse me for clearing my voice, because I drank coffee. If you're a voice actor, you should never drink coffee before you talk. That's a no-no. One of the things that I loved, like when we were coming up, when you didn't have cable, you had to wait for that movie that was in the theater to come on network television. And of course, they had to cut out all the violent stuff, right? So I remember fondly when Alien first came on television, and I looked it up on YouTube, the ABC Sunday night movie advertisement, and it was so cool. And the disclaimer that would come on before the movie would come on. I mean, y'all, anybody around my age knows, like when you didn't have cable and an R-rated movie came on network television, they had to edit it for television, and the disclaimer would come on and go, although edited for television, tonight's feature contains scenes of a graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised. And that was it, and even that was scary. He was like, oh damn, I'm about to watch some shit. You know what I'm saying? so when you heard that disclaimer come on, you was like, oh damn, I'm about to watch some shit. But they had to cut certain parts off because it was on network television. I also was really big on theme parks, and that's one of my fantasies too. I would love to hear my voice in a theme park ride, because if you go, say like, if you've ever been to Disney World and you get off the ride, and there's always that friendly character that says that voice when you get off the ride, that sends you on your way. Like you just got through having a great time on this ride, this great experience, whether it was fun, scary, or whatever. Like say you got on a ride and it took place in the Old West, and when you get off the ride, you'll hear a voice like, well, thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed your adventure. Now, you parents, get your little buckaroos by the hand and make sure you hold on tight and wait for the instruction of the ride attendants, or wait for the car to come to a complete stop. And enjoy the rest of your day here at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Yahoo! That sort of thing, It was that voice that you hear when you get off the ride. You know what I'm saying? And then you had then you had the more straight one, like, please wait for the car to come to a complete stop and follow the directions of the ride attendants and enjoy the rest of your stay here at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. So I was just a geek fan of the voice, whatever it was. So I didn't think that I was going to be doing it now. And then one day, as I got older, we get, when we become in our preteens, we get in trouble and everything. And I was just acting bad. My grades was bad. And my mother, believe it or not, put me on punishment for a year. For a year, I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't play video games, nothing. But she did give me permission to listen to the radio, to use my tape recorder. So I would pretend that I was a DJ. I would play my records. I would pretend to do audio dramas and everything, which is, I'll be talking about that a little later. Because like back in the day, way before television, on the radio, they had weekly radio dramas, and they had actors come in and, they would all say their lines. It'd be like, and now the adventures of Superman, or the Lone Ranger, or, who knows the evil that lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. The Shadow. There was a show called The Shadow that used to come on. And we're talking about like 1930s, man, all the way back. I remember I listened, even Star Wars had a radio drama. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I remember I taped each and every one during the time that I wasn't on punishment. So I taped every one. And that brings us here. When me and my lady, this is where the spiritual part comes in. When me and my lady moved to Atlanta, we were trying to like make a new life for ourselves. And we figured like, okay, Atlanta's coming up, Marvel is out there, Tyler Perry's out there. Maybe we might have a chance because Atlanta has, in essence, has become the new Hollywood. I wound up working, as a as a shuttle driver for an off airport parking company. At the same time, I was working as a background actor for different television shows that they had, and I was out there for about like 6 months. Unfortunately, my lady's father had fell ill to cancer, and it was getting worse. So she had to travel back and forth from Atlanta to New York to see her father. Her father was in New York, and that put a strain on a lot of things. I was there by myself. It was unhappy. She was unhappy. She was frustrated because she was taking care of her dad. Watching your parents, with that is hard. So it was very difficult. And I just said, I was really upset. I said, Lord, if for whatever reason I wind up back up north, I want to use my gift to serve you. So I said, I was really good at that time. I was really good at video streaming. I had the OBS. I had a show called The X Zone. The X Zone, it was all about comic books, movies, collectibles, all the geeky stuff. And I have that channel on YouTube. I haven't done it in a while, so it's like an undetermined hiatus right now. I also had a podcast called the HB Gibson Podcast on the HB Gibson channel on YouTube. And I knew how to do a good stream. Put the graphics in, fade from one camera to another, put the music on and everything. I was able to put on a professional YouTube show. Right. And I said, Lord, I will do that for my church if you would just open up a door for me to do voiceover. Because at that time, my lady had bought me a microphone. This microphone right here, she bought that because she believed in me. And that's a wonderful thing. If you got somebody that you love, it's a blessing. You got somebody that's in your life that believes in you and they help you out. And I just told her, I said, okay, baby, you bought me the microphone. Let me buy everything else. So I got the acoustic squares, all the sponges and everything, for the sound treatment. I got the shield and everything. I got my laptop. I got my USB interface, and I hooked everything up. And when I hooked everything up while I was in Atlanta, I was like, this is where I should be. There was something about it. When I stood in front of my laptop and this microphone and the lights and everything for the first time, brother, I felt, how like you be someplace or you do something, you be like, this is what I should be doing. This is exactly what I should be doing. And then unfortunately, where we were living, we didn't do much research on the place that we moved to. It was very, 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 very hood. I mean, it was like major gang activity going on, major crime going on. I'm like, every morning before I went to work, I heard gunshots. I had to hit the deck, like almost every morning before I went to work. Right. And then after after my fiance went, left for New York like twice to look after her father, that was like, I was like, Lord, I don't know if I'll be able to hang out here much longer because things is just bad. It's putting a strain on the relationship and everything. And one day, it's sometimes, I don't know, God works in weird ways, but there was a fire that happened at the condo that we were in. Fortunately, the fire did not get to our stuff. So I was able to move all of our stuff out into storage because while my lady was in New York, she got a word from the insurance guy saying that there are people looting the condos. They said, get all your stuff out. So I didn't really have enough money to move out all the bigger stuff like the refrigerator and the washer and dryer and stuff. So I moved all the electronics and everything, all my lady's valuables, her clothes and everything. I was able to move it into storage right across the street and into a U-Haul. Unfortunately, when she came back, the looters went and got everything, and it was a very heartbreaking moment, a very, very heartbreaking thing. to come in and see the door busted open and then everything gone. Even the kitchen sink, they took everything. They took all the plumbing and everything. And what I did, it was heartbreaking to do, but I videoed everything. I put everything in a video and I put it out on a GoFundMe. And brother, let me tell you something. My friends and my family, they came through. We raised about $2,500 because up to that point, we were both sleeping in the car. We had to take showers over at the Planet Fitness, and it was getting too much. My lady was just getting really, really uncomfortable just sleeping in that car. And I said, no, I'm not going to have that. When I saw that we made over $2,500, I was like, baby, we're going to move into a hotel room for a little while. And I'm just going to tell my boss, hey, can you transfer me back to Jersey? And then we're just going to go back home because you got to take care of your dad. And I got to look after my mom's because my mother wasn't doing too good. It's come to find out, things at home weren't too good. I had to go home and take care of moms. You know what I mean? So we moved back. I told my pastor about what I wanted to do. I started streaming for my church, streaming their sermons and their service on Facebook professionally like I promised. 2 months later, I got an email from a brother by the name of Brian McMickle.
Mm-hmm.
He's an author. He's a science fiction author for a book called Echo Nova Delta, the Expansion Project Book 2. It's the second book in his sci-fi series.
Okay.
And he asked me if I was interested in doing his audiobook. After that, it was down here from there. I got a call from, not a call, but an email from Jordan King from Torture Star Video, because I sent a reel to Puppet Combo. Puppet
Mm-hmm.
Combo is a video game company that specializes in horror games. And you see the gamers on YouTube playing the games all the time. It's very popular. And I just said, I looked at my lady, I was like, baby, wouldn't it be wonderful if I could do a voiceover for a video game and have one of these folks play it? Dream come true. Markiplier played the game that I was in called Blood Wash.
Mm.
And we started watching this other brother named Corey Kenshin. And before we knew it, every gamer on YouTube played Blood Wash. So like millions of people heard my voice. And now we got Nights at the Gates of Hell. And that's where I am right now. I'm on my third audiobook. This is my second video game. I did 3 video game trailers for both Puppet Combo and Torture Star Video. I just finished my second audio drama. It's a series called Life with Leo, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's just, I mean, I know there's a lot of folks out there, and I understand that there's a lot of folks out there that might not be very God believing or God fearing, but in my life, man, God is real, man. He came through, man. He came through.
I had to get a sip. Throat was dry. But nah, man. So during that time of being, in the lowest parts of your life, did you feel that things were just falling like just closing in on you, man?
Yes.
You felt like you couldn't move, couldn't bear that hang in it.
Yes.
Did you ever feel that ever felt like you just can't go on because everything is failing in front of you? It just not things moving.
Absolutely. I've been in points and places where I was like, I'm busting my behind doing things for a lot of people, helping and serving and helping and serving and helping and serving. And sometimes you feel like, well, where's mine at? And then, you look around and I go, I say, all right, look, listen, I've been very, very faithful, but this gig over here and this gig over there, and I'm busting my behind trying to go to work at night and my back is starting to give out because I got spinal issues. Like right now I'm having problems with my upper back, but I'm taking medication for that, my lower back, and I'm like, Lord, what is going on here? I mean, like this, I thought we had an agreement. I appreciate the opportunity to be in a game and being in a book and everything, but things aren't rolling. Where's the dough? So you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I remember that he doesn't put on more than you can bear. I'm like, I have to look. I was like, you know what, Harold? Just shush. HB, shut your mouth, because if he actually allowed, if all the things that I wanted to do actually came rolling and rolling in and rolling in and rolling in, I probably couldn't handle it. Because, well, let's keep it real. Even though this studio is good for what it does, it's not a super soundproof professional studio. And for me to really to get anything done, I would have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and record from 3 to about, say, like 10 o'clock, because then people start moving around and everything, and I gotta get stuff done. But I'm grateful for what it is. I'm grateful for the work that I have done, and it's starting to turn, it's starting to get there. It's getting better.
Right.
It's not in our time, it's in his time, and we have to think, what if we were getting gigs every single day? I would not be able to put together a quality recording, especially in the afternoon.
Right.
So I have to be grateful for what it is right now. So when that big break comes, where I'm able to afford a portable studio that they make something called a whisper room, where you could put it together, and even it's not fully super soundproof, but it's better than this.
Right.
So still, you still have to be mindful of the outside noise, but in time, it's starting to come. Like I said, I just finished another audio drama like last week. I'm putting the finishing touches on a new audiobook. It's called Blood Clan, Harbinger of Death. It's like a combination of Avatar and Black Panther, because it has that tribal, that sci-fi. It's sci-fi, and it's got that tribal feel to it. It's dope. It really is. It's really good. It's written by one of my friends who's a cosplayer as well, turned filmmaker and author, Tia Sherry Polite. Big shout out to Tia Sherry Polite if you're watching. And that's going to be my third audiobook, and I can't complain, because the more I'm doing and being on your show, it helps. It helps a lot. And today, a new video game dropped. And boy, I was having a ball last night, man. Ask me what I was doing last night. What
was you doing last night, brother?
I was going on Twitch, dropping in on the Twitch gamers, playing Night at the Gates of Hell, introducing myself. And as they're playing the games, I'm going, "Hi, my name is HB Gibson. I'm a voice actor, and I play David in Night of the Gates of Hell. I also played Officer Burton in Bloodwash. It was made by the same company." And the reactions of these gamers was like, "Oh my God!" They felt good that it really made their day. It really made their day, and I was very happy to do it. Because I'm excited about this community. This gamer, especially the horror gamer community, is so fun and enthusiastic about what they do, and they're having so much fun either playing the games or watching people play the games, because that's the thing. I mean, who would have thought that years later? I mean, it seemed like only yesterday when I was a kid, I was playing my Atari. Who would have thought that technology would be such where we would be entertained by the next? We can't wait for the next video by Corey Kenshin or Markiplier or Dashi or Jacksepticeye or any of the gamers. We can't wait to watch them play the next game, because it's fun to watch them play, and their reactions, because they'll be like, "Hey, let's see. Oh, something's behind that door. I know something's behind that door. Oh, what's it? Ah! They jump. They jump. They scare me. It's fun to watch them play the scary games. It really is because they're very engaging and they're a lot of fun to watch. So seeing
Right.
these people play a game that I'm in, it just makes you feel good. And I said, yo, let me let me do a chat, and everybody was like, oh wow, oh you're the voice actor from the game. Oh snap! I was like, it felt good and they felt good, and I just wanted to let them know because some of these gaming channels, they were like, this one guy literally said, man, there's so many gamers out there doing this, why me? And I said, because you're the first person that popped up, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're the first person that popped up. I said, I did a search and your name first came up, and he was like, oh man, that's so cool, man. Thank you for for being on the stream and everything. So hey, this is HB Gibson. He's live in the chat. He's an actor from the game. He's the main character, David, in Night at the Gates of Hell. And I'm having a ball. Because these guys are just so much fun and they love what they do.
Well, see, and that's the thing too. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a place where you're getting your flowers, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yep.
And the flowers is given greatly, and you feel in love, and
Yeah.
you don't want to see. And it's the thing. Like I'm gonna break something. Let me get the spotlight a little something. Let me get that spotlight a little quick, a little quick, a little quick.
Yeah. Go.
A little something, something.
All right.
When it's like this. When I came to podcasting,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, from the comic industry,
Mm-hmm.
it was very different because I never, what I'm saying, I knew I had the gift,
Yeah.
to speak to the people, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I saw a lot of people doing it and I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I'm like, ugh,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I'm like, and then God was like, you got the gift. Why don't you do it? I blessed you to do it. Okay. So I did it. Look where we at now.
There you
And
go.
the thing about it is like everything that we are doing, if we ain't getting our flowers from one spot, we're gonna get it from another.
Right.
And
Right.
the fact is that just because we wasn't getting it from the comic book industry, don't mean we wasn't going to get it from another spot. Because
Exactly.
the audience that you may have, that you that you may be looking for, is not in the comic book industry. Even
Mm-hmm.
though you're doing a comic book
Mm-hmm.
or a video game,
Right.
video gamers may not be your audience.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The everyday man or woman may be your audience, and
There
vice
you
versa.
go. There you
And
go.
that's why people kept telling me, why, why aren't you not? And because like I would have people come up to me, right?
Mm.
Like what you said, you know, I would have people come up to me, and be like, you're meant to interview more people in different industries. You're still going to be
Yeah.
doing comics. You're just going to be doing it different.
Oh yeah.
And ever since I branched off to another industry, more open industry,
Mm-hmm.
opening for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the love that I've received. It's been immaculate. It's been awesome. You
There
know what I
you
mean?
go. There you
And the
go.
fact is that you don't quit when you don't see things. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm victim to that. I've been through that. I've been through that so many times where I didn't see shit happening. I didn't see shit
Mm-hmm.
happening. Man,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on? It ain't
Right.
happening.
Right.
It ain't
Oh
happening
yeah.
for me. It ain't happening when we wanted to,
Yeah.
when I wanted it to. But something just said, keep on going, keep on
Mm-hmm.
going, keep on going,
Mm-hmm.
keep on going. And one day, I was out grilling one day, right?
Uh-huh.
And I always get tired at that grill, after a long day of grilling.
Yeah.
Man, I was about to fall asleep, and something was like, you gotta, you gotta promote the show. You gotta promote the show. You gotta promote the show. Wake up, wake
Mm.
up, wake up.
Yeah.
And this is the time where I was interviewing my main man, Richard, no, no, my main man, Robert Jefferson.
Uh-huh.
He's a guy. His book, his movie is called Made in China, and another movie is called Uganda Con Fuego. Check it
Mm-hmm.
out.
Okay.
And it's, you know, I was going to do the show with him at the time, and
Mm,
but I was falling asleep
mm,
before that show, and
yeah.
something just kept telling me, "Wake up, wake up, wake up! You got a
Yeah.
show to do. Promote the
Yeah.
show, promote the show, promote the show." And I got up, man. I just promoted it before I even fell asleep, and
Mm,
that is what it takes when you're. It's a difference, bro.
yes.
When you're chosen to do something,
That's right.
when you're called to do something.
Yeah.
And this is what people don't understand. When you're called to do something, you can strive away from it. You leave it alone.
Right.
But when you're chosen to do something,
Mm-hmm.
it's attached to you. You
Yeah.
can't go away from no matter what you do.
Uh-huh.
No matter what you do, when God chose you to do something
Mm,
and to do His will, you have to do it no matter what. It's not Him forcing you. You
right.
want to do it. You
Right.
want to do it, but he puts you in these special skills
Yep.
to do it in an effective way.
Exactly.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
You had to wait for it had to be the right time. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I years ago, like in my early 30s, I was a part of an auxiliary choir. And
Uh huh.
sometimes in those choir rehearsals can turn into church services real quick, depending upon how the spirit moves. And there was a
Hmm.
gentleman there that was just gifted in discernment. And he looked at me. He said, "Man, I don't know what it is about you, but I feel God telling me that you're gonna move a lot of people by the sound of your voice." So I said, so immediately I was like, "Oh, so all right, God, you're gonna okay. I guess I'm gonna be preaching." It wasn't that at all. Yeah, I can. You could tell a person a one-on-one. You can give them a sermon through your life, tell them your life story. You know,
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be like this scripture chapter, this verse, and everything. But what you're doing, what you're speaking to them, is in reference to that chapter verse.
Exactly.
It's being put in action. So here it is years later, and I think about that gentleman and I go, people being moved by the sound of my voice. Because when I started acting, it was all about me just being in front of the camera. Oh, I just want to be in front of the camera. I just want to be in front of the camera.
See,
But
but
then,
hold on. See,
yeah,
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with that.
oh,
Hold
all
on.
right,
He was having you act
yep,
your comic books, your audio, the voice acting.
mm,
All that is going to tie into what he has planned for you, and all of
exactly,
that big plan that he has for you,
mm,
is all going to tie into that, and that is going to make room for you.
right.
Oh man, come on,
There it is.
it's easy.
There it
That's
is.
why I said that. Sorry for interrupting you.
That no, no, it's okay. It's okay. We're here. We're here. Trust me.
I just because when you look at it like this,
Mm,
I was doing jarhead, kicking down doors, kicking ass. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Yada yada. You watched me, you saw me doing it.
yeah,
Kicking
yeah.
ass and things. And I knew there was something else that I could do to further it on
Mm-hmm,
and to build it even more.
mm,
And something kept telling me, you're meant to be on the radio. You're meant
mm,
to be on the radio. You're meant to have people come on.
yeah.
And he kept telling me before I did the show, serve the people, wash their feet in servitude and love.
Right,
And what
right.
I did was, this is me. You know, I give people free promotion to come on the show
Mm, yes,
and chill, no matter what industry they're in. It could be porn for all I care. I don't give
mm,
a fuck.
right.
Come on the show and promote your shit. Stop being
Yeah,
a fucking scared. Because
exactly.
at the end of the day, you're not going to get nowhere unless you move, unless you fucking take a step, and
There it
God will
is.
take that step for you.
There it is.
You
Exactly.
may be in porn and you be like, okay, all right, this is not
Mm,
enough. I don't want to do this anymore. And then God will be like, okay, finally, okay, change your life. Bang, boom, boom, bang, boom, 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 bang. You could be
yep.
on your way to being a movie star. Bang.
Right. There it is. There
And
it is.
this is what people don't understand is that if you take the time out to really listen
Mm-hmm.
instead of doing,
Mm-hmm.
you won't get the whole plan because the whole plan.
Yeah.
See, and this is what I learned. I was told that
Mm,
I was going to be a pastor,
right.
But God was telling me, he said, not in the church. He said, you're doing what you're doing, exactly what you're doing.
Exactly.
You're leading the flock. They're following behind you. Think
Right.
about it. You're not doing it like to in the church preaching. See, my uncle always told me, he said, people don't have to read the Bible. They could just read you and watch you live your life.
Right.
That can cause them to either stumble
Hmm.
or walk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
move. And what people don't
Yeah.
understand is that, see, this show can go either way. It could go spiritual, it could go secular.
Right.
And see, what
Right.
people don't understand is that God is not just one trick pony. He's more than that.
Hmm.
And my main man, G Man,
Mm.
told me, man, you're building the kingdom. To
Hmm.
my main man, G Man, I'm gonna have him on Saturday.
Yeah.
If he's watching this show, G Man, I still got you, brother. We about to tear it all down on Saturday. I got you.
Yeah.
But no, what I was trying to say is that it's very detriment that people
Mm.
understand what God is doing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because if you take your eye, that's why he said keep your eyes on me, because you don't want to miss what God is doing. Because once you miss what God is doing,
Hmm.
you're out of the loop now. You don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like a blind eye. Now you don't know what's going on. He wants to
Right.
give you access to everything going on. He wants to let you know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But you know, this is a God thing. God then took over this show right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So this is not
Absolutely.
me. This is not me. This
Yeah.
is all God. This is all God's
Yeah.
doing. So,
Uh,
like I said, once you start talking about God, He's right there. So
there is, yeah, with two more gathered, and there
my
he
name
is,
is in the midst. So
and then you have Romans 8:28 on how all things work for good for them who love God, who are called according to His purpose. And I'm gonna take this moment out for purpose, since you have the little thing right there, night at the gates of hell, the game. The video game is created by Jordan King and Henry Horay for Torture Star Video, and the game is a zombie horror survival game. And before anybody starts going, oh, another zombie game, no, this is not just another zombie game. This man has taken the time out to create 85 different kinds of zombies. He put a lot of work and a lot of love in this. And it's done in the style of like the 70s and 80s horror zombie, campy zombie film. So when you play it, you really get that sense that you're almost like you're playing one of the old zombie films from back in the day, because it's got that it's got that campiness and that craziness and that grindhouse feel to it. And I'm working with a whole bunch of great voice actors, and it's a nice long game. It's a little longer than his last game, Blood Wash. Blood Wash was a horror game that took place at a laundromat, which is innovative, brand new. You never heard of that. And this one is, it's a zombie horror game, but like I said, it has that old school campy horror feel. It's called Night at the Gates of Hell. It is available on steampowered.com, or as most people know as Steam. Steampowered.com. I believe you can get it for, I think, $10. Keep an eye on it, because sometimes when they release games, they take a percentage off sometimes later on. But I think it's about like $10 right now. But it's available now. Blood Wash, the game that I was in before, is also on Steam Powered. It's going to be released and available, believe it or not, on PlayStation in November. So a lot of these old school games that people love so much, they really, really love them, because it's not all about slick graphics anymore. Because you could have a video game that has slick graphics, but the game could be, not very fun. It could be trash.
right,
These guys purposely use the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 style graphics to bring back that retro feel
Mm-hmm.
Especially like if you've ever played Resident Evil, or if you've ever the original. I'm talking about the first one, the original
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil, the
I've
original
been wrong.
Silent Hill. Yeah, the original Silent Hill, Siren, all those scary games that came out for PS1 and PS2. They use those graphics and mix it in with that old school 80s horror films like Night of the Living Dead and Suspiria, and the movie Zombie by Philip Fauci. Yo, the old it's that old school vibe with old school graphics, but it's fun gaming. The gameplay is sharp, the controls are sharp, it's very satisfying, and it's scary. So don't so you know if you ain't if you're squeamish, them jump scares, them zombies will come out at you. They come after you, bro. It's fun. It's a fun game, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Awesome, awesome.
Yep.
So when it comes to the game that you brought out
Mm,
that y'all bringing out,
mm.
how many years you've been doing? How many years have you been voice acting?
Literally, only I would say, as I looked at my notifications on Facebook, I saw the first post of the audiobook that I did, Echo Nova Delta. I think that notification came up, I think, like last month. So it's been literally a year.
Mm,
I started to get ready for it in 2019 while I was still over in Atlanta, and then all that happened, and I wound up here.
mm,
So I would say within a year's time, a little over a year's time, I've done two audiobooks. There's another audiobook that I did called Exodus. It's written by my aunt, B.W. Smith. It's available now on Audible. Exodus, it tells the story of a young man whose brother was killed by racial profiling by police, and it affected him so much that he decided to he was taken under the wing of a civil rights activist, and as he grew up, with the knowledge that he got from the civil rights activist, he wrote a thesis paper for his senior year project about what would happen if all the black folks left America. And his uncle happened to have like a news show, and he had him on the news show. And when he started busting out those facts with all the research that he did to make that paper, that young man, it caused the whole world to turn upside down. And powers that be were started to actually put together a plan for every African American to leave the United States. Hold up, hold on. Let me turn the phone down. It started to actually make plans for every African American to leave the United States, and then it turns into almost it starts to take like a Wakanda sort of a turn. But that's all I'm gonna say.
mm.
So, but it is an amazing book. It's called Exodus by B.W. Smith. It is available now. You can buy the book paperback, or you can get the audio book. Is available now on Audible. And it's those two books, two video games. The guys over at Puppet Combo and Torture Star Video, they love my delivery, so they're always asking me to do trailers, for their video games, and do it in like a movie trailer sort of a way, like in the middle of the desert there is a house, and inside that house horror is taking place. And I'll say something like that, and then they'll take my voice and put like an effect on it to make it go deeper. And
Mm-hmm.
I know some folks will be like, well, if you're a voice actor, why would they change your voice? I was like, because it's grindhouse, bro. That's what you do. And they like my delivery. So far, they had me do 3 trailers for their video games. It was something called Stay Out of the House, Deadly Night, and I also did the trailer for Blood Wash, which was the game that I was in. So within that year, 2 audiobooks, 3 trailers, 2 video games, 2 audio dramas. I did an audio drama called the Boston Metaphysical Society. Now, if you know anything about steampunk, that's the style of science fiction that this story is in. It takes place. Steampunk is like the combination of like the 1800s meets high tech, but it's steam. I don't know if you've ever seen
Okay.
a movie called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
There was another film called The Immortal Engines. It's crazy. It's like literally it's a city that's on wheels. That's like hunting down other cities that are on wheels and forcing them to join a part of their society. And it's all steampunk. It's all steam powered technology. But it's a like an offshoot genre of science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And so two audio dramas. I've done a lot within a year, and I feel very very fortunate to have gone this far. Some jobs, it's fun, like now people might be wondering like, well, how much money you make? Well, some jobs pay more than others. I'll just say that, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
you just be grateful for what you get. Like some projects, it's pretty obvious that you might not get a whole lot because you got indie filmmakers, indie gamers. You got people that don't really have the funds to really get the big names, but they're
Mm-hmm.
looking for people that are available. I love working with Torture Star Video and Puppet Combo, and I'm like, hey, look, it's basically like whatever you're able to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I want to be faithful to these guys because they're helping me with my dream, you know.
Right.
And then when the time comes where things get a little higher, we'll see where the income comes with that. But I love working with those guys, and I would keep doing games with them until I can't do it no more. I have so much fun.
Hey,
Yep.
you know, that is a good servitude type of spirit,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
and that's what people need in this world today.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we can't just, you know, say that we're going to servitude. We
Right.
have to do it, you
Right.
know. And people nowadays, they say what they're going to do,
Mm.
but then they don't follow through with it, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And it's all about love and it's all about servitude, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because not everybody can do that. Not everybody
Yep.
will do that. And I commend you for doing that because
Yep.
this will this will make ways for you to this will make way
Mm.
for you to be, where you want to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand is that, just because you got a comic book out,
Right.
don't mean God can't take you another route and do something else while your comic
Absolutely.
book is being created.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this. God is a multitasking God.
Yes. Yes.
God is a God of many. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? God is a big God. So
Yes.
your dream got to be big.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, and it's the thing, the fact is that God need people like us, in this.
Yeah.
God need His people in the industry and
Right.
around. Because at the end of the day, uh, what do you do with a godless world?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go down. It's going to destroy
Yeah.
itself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's why I said we as people, we got to take upon ourselves
Mm.
and to make the world a better place.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But along with that good stuff,
Mm.
where do you feel you would be without tapping into this voice acting talent? Where would you think you'd be if you didn't tap into it?
I think I would probably be banging my head to try to keep going in a place that just wasn't the direction that I'm supposed to go. I'm glad that I got my ego in check, that I did not have to be in front of the camera all the time, especially like, as the years go by. I was doing a sci-fi action uh, web series called Body Jumpers, which, called for, a lot of running and stunts and stuff like that. I even, even did some fight choreography in the show. This was like, I would say the show is about like a well over 5 years old and 6 years old. So as time went by, my body started to let me know, okay, you know what, you are 50 now, right? So so I had to, take it down a little bit. But uh, I realized how much fun I'm having. And if I had not turned and just appreciated and just was open to the next thing that God had for me, because you will be surprised. You like, no, but I really want to do this. I really want to do this. And there's nothing wrong with having passion for really doing what you're doing. But when you chill out, just as you said, when you chill out and just relax and listen, God is
Hmm.
going to be like, okay, look, I know you want to do that. I know you want to do that. I know you want to do that. But look over here. Here you go.
Exactly.
Oh, snap. Really? Oh, well, then, and then sometimes your reaction is like, yeah, and then when you start to get into it, you go, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And see, it's like for example, okay, before before I got into being the great host that I am, of course,
Yes, yes, there you go, man. uh,
yeah, being yeah, before I got into this show, and I looked at it, I'm like, huh, nah, I would stutter all the time,
mm,
but then God was like, you do realize that you're going to grow in it,
right.
and he said, you're huh? Hold on, sorry about that.
That's all right. Hey.
But as I was saying, is that as you really look at it like this, you're growing in shoes. Like
Right.
your talent is like shoes. You know what I'm saying? It may be too big for you at the moment,
I
but
like that. I like that.
as
Yeah.
you grow
Mm-hmm.
as a person,
Mm-hmm.
you grow into your talents as well.
Right. Right. Exactly.
See, when we go into something new that God has for us, or
Mm,
when we go into something new that God has for us, that's
mm,
building our character as
that's
well
right.
as you
Mm-hmm.
know, what I mean, it's building the people that we want to be.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, you told God, oh, I want a six pack. God, I want a long hair, and what I'm saying, He'll give
Mm-hmm.
it to you, but
Mm-hmm.
He will give it to you in a way where, like, He'll let you lead up to something,
Yeah.
but then He'll have you do something else to add on to it,
Right. Right.
to build onto it, and He'll be
Mm,
like, let me put the cherry on top, and then He'll be like, sit back
mm.
and watch me work, and then bang,
Exactly. Exactly.
you know what I mean? And then you'll start to turn into the person, and you'll start to build the personality and the character that you told them you wanted to be.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Say like if you say, God, I want to be a personal trainer. He'll
Mm.
send people your way that's in fitness. He'll send people in your way that he'll send the bad people and he'll send the good people.
Right.
Send the good
Right.
people to show you that, you know, that yes, I sent those people, but he'll send the bad people to let you know you don't need those people out there. These people are not
Right.
good for you. You know what I'm saying? and
Mm-hmm.
bang, you know what I'm saying? And see, a lot of people don't understand is that what a lot of people don't understand is that what it's like a rapper, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
He wants to rap. He wants to be a rapper. You want to be a rapper, but
I think
you
my
don't
camera
want
went out.
to.
I think
My
my
camera.
camera went out. I think my camera went out. I'm not sure. It says your browser has lost connection to your camera. Make sure you have the right camera selected. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. Well, let me see.
Press the
There we
um.
there we go. There we go. I'm back. I'm back.
Okay, okay,
All right.
okay. You're good.
All
You're
right.
good. You're
All
good.
right.
But as I was saying, is that as much as you see, you got to carry being a rapper. Okay,
Right.
he'll lead you to the people that you want to be.
Right.
He'll lead you to the people that you looked up to. You know, they'll
Yeah.
send you and teach you all the steps of being. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But see, being a rapper, you got to be able to stand up on the stage, and you got to have not have stage fright. You got to be
Right.
confident, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so gotta gotta do some weird stuff, but he'll give you let you know what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know what
And
happened.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Now it turned on my other camera. I don't know what happened with that.
Oh well, fuck it. But as it's like that's why I feel like if we want to be who we want, if we want to be a certain a certain way,
Mm.
God is going to build that certain part.
That's
Later
right.
on in your life, you'll start to understand. Like you know how like when you make a plan, right? And
Yeah.
then God will be like, oh, then your life will turn a different way, different route.
Yeah.
Like you may have wanted to be a fucking drug dealer one day. Oh, I want to be
Right.
a drug dealer, right? Yeah, y'all want to do this, I want to do that. But
Yeah.
then you gotta be like, nah, this is supposed to be.
Right.
That's that is what he'll do.
Right.
I know I was jibber jabbering right there. It was because of speech impediment, stutter a lot. Don't mind that.
I did
Uh,
not. I did not hear you stutter not once. I'm gonna tell you right now. I did not hear that.
that was because I was speech impediments. It's take little time to speak. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh. Okay. Okay.
yeah. I mean, but
Mhm.
hey, look, I ain't afraid to make a mistake. Shit, I make a
Oh
mistake all
yeah.
the damn time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But you know, having that will to work at what you're doing,
Yeah.
even when it's not taking shape at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
you have to keep pushing.
Yeah. You got to keep going.
You
You
got
got
to
to
keep
keep
going
going.
because if you don't keep going, it's going to fall eventually.
Right.
Yeah, if you stop, you're building those bricks, and God is just
Yeah.
He's the one that's sawing them down for you.
Yeah.
But you got to build the bricks. You got to be the one to build that wall. You got to be the one to
Right.
build the house.
Right.
But he's the one that's the glue that's keeping it together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And he'll send you people, and he's not going to have you out there unequipped. He will
Right.
bring things to you when it's time. I mean, like I said, the voiceover jobs are starting to come a little bit more frequently, and it's starting to, and things are coming out like this month, next year, and there's still some films that I was in that's going to be released. They're going to be shown over at the Urban Action Showcase over in November in Times Square. It's two indie action films that I did. That it's going to be coming out. It's amazing that all these things are coming out all at once,
Right.
like this part of the year. And there's another film that I did where I actually play as myself. It's a film called Moon Rocks. It's a sci-fi stoner film about alien alien drug dealers, if you could, if you can believe that. It's wild, man. It's really wild. And I play a podcaster. I play myself, and the podcast that I had at that time, the HB Gibson podcast, is featured in the film. So all I had to do was just say, I said there's a film going around that shows what looks like alien spaceships. Let's roll that film. And then they show it. Them say, "Yo, can y'all believe that?" And I'm talking about it, like a podcaster,
Right.
like critiquing a video. So that film, I don't know when that film is going to be coming out, but it's called Moon Rocks. It's supposed to be. So there's a lot of fire, a lot of what they call, I think, pokers in the fire, a lot of iron in the fire, that's going on. And when it comes, it comes,
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, if anybody out there is watching, if you feel like what you're doing is not working, but there's something inside of you, that real faint voice inside of you saying, keep going, keep going. It's not going to come when you want it to. It'll be when it's time and when he wants it. Right now, you're just getting your feet wet. You're not going through the motions, but you're going through life. You're being tested.
Right now, you're like a baby.
You're being strengthened.
Mm-hmm.
Muscles don't come when you just looking at the weights. Muscles come when you pick them bad boys up and do the bench press and the side lateral and the curls and the kickbacks and the squats and everything. Yeah, I used to personal train too, so I know what I'm talking about. I do when you do the bent over rows and the reverse flies and the overhead tricep extensions. See, y'all know I used to be a personal trainer back in the day. But so and obviously that didn't work. It worked from when it was time. And that's another thing. You'll be doing something and it'll come a time where it's going to end. Mm-hmm. And then God's going to have something else go for you, or God will bless you to keep doing what you're doing until you until it's time for you to go home,
Mm-hmm.
So keep going. Don't look down upon small things. Don't despise small things, and be a servant. Be patient. Remember that he is watching you, and that the more that you put out, even more he's going to pour in.
Exactly.
There it is.
There it is, man. Yo, thank y'all for watching.
All right.
It's been so awesome.
There you go.
It's all love, baby.
Yeah.
Thank
I told you
y'all
I told you we're going to turn the energy up. Told you.
Hey.
I enjoy comics as well. If you're an artist and you're doing comics, keep going. Someone is going to see your work. Adding a video cast or podcast to already what you do, being into comics and a comic artist, keep going with that. Because you never know who's that brother. There's a brother who used to who has videos out there, and he talks about comics and the state of comic books and everything. His name is Ripper, young Ripper, and he put his money where his mouth was, and he has his own comic book series.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own comic book series. So there you go, man. It is definitely possible. If you want to be a dancer, go ahead and be a dancer. If you want to be a lawyer, go and be a lawyer. If you don't have the money to go to a school to get trained for whatever it is that you want to do, watch a lot of videos. Keep that fire going. Save your money so that way you can go, so you can go take the courses and everything. Listen in on stuff. If you can't be a lawyer now, you could be a paralegal. If you can't be a cop right now, just learn about safety and fire safety and learn your CPR and everything, and just learn about the things around it until you're able to step up and do it. It's something I like to call acting out that which you want.
Exactly.
There you go. There it is.
Thank y'all for watching. Tomorrow, another show, another day.
Yep.
Episode 61. Stay tuned. We out. Peace.
All right. Peace out. Thanks for having me on, brother.
Thank you. I need to talk to you real quick, too.
Oh, okay.